Good evening. I call the November 21st, 2023 meeting of the Sarpy County Planning Commission to order. Ms. Jack, can you please take the roll?
Yes. Weiss, Dembinski. Here. Igardner, Huddleston.
Here.
Korth, Cheney, Ackley.
Here.
Whitfield, Giff,
Here.
Preston,
Here.
Bernock.
Here.
We have a quorum.
I invite all of you now to take the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a public meeting subject to the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A current copy of the law is located on the north wall of this room. Please feel free to review the law before making any comments. I would like to introduce the planning staff and legal counsel at this point. Don Simon, Planning Director. Jason Kubicek, Planner. Kelly Jack, Planning Coordinator. Kayla Hathcote, Deputy County Attorney. Lisa Timby, Permit Technician. Jose Garcia, IT Support. Okay, the first order of business is to approve the minutes from the prior meeting. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes of September 19, 2023.
So moved. Go ahead.
Do you, Charlie?
So moved.
All right, I am Charlie.
I'll second.
Face off there.
Giff, you want to move by Huddleston, second by Giff, is that fine?
That'll work.
Okay. Please vote. We got 5 votes for, motion carries.
Okay, let's move on to the public hearing portion of the meeting. Each agenda item will adhere to the following format as detailed in the Sarpy County Planning Commission bylaws. The planning staff will introduce and briefly explain the agenda item. The applicant or applicant's representative will be given 5 minutes to perform information about the project to the commission. After the applicant's presentation, I'll open the floor to public comment. Please keep your comments relevant to the agenda item, and to keep the meeting moving forward, please avoid repeating what others have already said. Once all parties that wish to speak have done so, I'll close the public comment portion of the agenda item. The applicant or applicant's representative can respond to any questions or concerns raised and rebut any comments. Next, I'll close the public hearing, and members of the Planning Commission will discuss the agenda item. During this discussion, the commissioners may ask questions of anybody involved in the project. There is no requirement for rebuttal from others. There's also no time limit for this discussion. With that, we'll start with item number 1, which is a special use permit in RD 50, 2-family residential district to allow in-home childcare facility at the property commonly addressed as 7332 South 155th Avenue and legally described as Lot 37, Emerald Oaks, 2nd Edition, Sarpy County, Nebraska, generally located southeast of 156th and Harrison. The applicant, and I apologize for not pronouncing the name correctly, Gladys Nare.
All right. I believe that's Gladys, right? Yep. Okay.
Gladys.
Good evening, commissioners. For both of this evening's agenda items, notifications were mailed to property owners within 300 feet of the subject properties. And in accordance with the Nebraska Public Meetings Act regarding today's public hearing, signs were posted at the subject property and publication was made in a local newspaper. So for this first item, the subject property is southeast of 156th and Harrison Streets in the Emerald Oaks neighborhood, and is improved with a single-family home and is accessed from South 155th Avenue. And so you can kind of see that on this vicinity map here, what part of the county that's in. The applicant is asking for approval of a special use permit for the operation of an in-home childcare facility licensed by the state of Nebraska in the RD50 zoning district. Employees include the applicant and one assistant who both reside at the residence. Hours of operation will be between 7:30 and 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Maximum capacity will be 8 children. And there will be parking in the front driveway. So off-street parking. Zoning regulations will require that there be no external evidence of the business and no public link to the operating address. Any on-site operations of the home occupations shall be carried on entirely within the principal structure or any detached accessory structures on the property, with the exception of an outdoor play area. Child care facilities shall require a certificate signed by the state of Nebraska Fire Marshal. Staff recommends approval of a special use permit of an in-home child care facility from the applicant's personal residence located at 7332 South 155th Avenue, La Vista, Nebraska, in accordance with the operational plan submitted by the applicant and the comments in the recommendation report, as the request is in conformance with the Sarpy County zoning regulations. Please let me know if you have any questions about any of the staff reports or anything.
I will now open the public hearing for this item. I invite you to give your input on the proposed action. Is there anybody who would like to address the board?
Good afternoon.
Everybody. I'm here today because I'm planning to have a home childcare, and I would like to get a chance to go to the board and get approved. And my goal is to open my garage for the parents to be able to drop the parents between 7:30 and pick up 5:30. And I'm doing my best to evade traffic. We're not gonna be coming at the same time to drop in the kids. I have some parents coming around 9 as well. And my own son will be included to that childcare as well. I will be the main person taking care, and my mother-in-law will be helping me sometime when she can. And today I got approved by the fire marshal, and hopefully I get the paper sometime next week. And that's it. Any questions? Thank you.
I will now close the public hearing. Is there any input from the commissioners?
Mr. Chair, if there's no discussion, I'd be prepared to make a motion. I
Okay.
move to approve of the special use permit for the in-home child care facility from the applicant's personal residence located at 7332 South 155th Avenue, La Vista, Nebraska, in accordance with the operational plan submitted by the applicant and the comments in the recommendation report, as this request is in conformance with the Sarpy County zoning regulations.
Second, Preston.
Please vote. Six yeas, motion carries.
Okay, item number 2. This is a special use permit for home occupation 1 major in a AGR agricultural residential district to allow the operation of gunsmithing business at the property commonly addressed as 18605 Cornish Road and legally described as Lot 1, Debbie's First Edition, Sarpy County, Nebraska, generally located southwest at 180th Street and Cornish Road. Applicant is Mark Robles.
Great. Thank you. And as mentioned, this property is southwest of 180th Street and Cornish Road, as shown on the map here. The site is improved with a single-family home and a 1,360 square foot accessory building on an approximate 3.5 acre lot. Access to the subject property is off of Cornish Road, west of 180th Street. The applicant is asking for approval of a special use permit for a home occupation 1 major to allow a gunsmithing business in the AGR zoning district. The applicant formerly operated the business from his Omaha residence. Mr. Robles will be the only employee, and he resides at the residence. Hours of operation would be Sunday through Friday by appointment and Saturday 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Outside visits to the site are mainly limited to ATF inspections and the delivery pickup of products via UPS or FedEx. Approximately 200 square feet will be used for workspace within the existing detached garage, that accessory building. And let me zoom into this area. Firearms will be stored within high-quality safes monitored by security cameras. And the Sarpy County zoning regulations require all aspects of the home occupation to be carried out entirely within the principal structure or detached accessory structure. The applicant must reside at the residence. Discharging of firearms on site in conjunction with the business is prohibited. There will be no external evidence of the business and no public link to the operating address. The County Board of Commissioners may revoke a special use permit if the use has been abandoned for a period of at least 1 year, or if the use is found to have substantially varied from the originally permitted intent, and thus is found to be in non-conformance with the special use permit as issued. This business will require a federal firearms license, and which shall be provided to the Sarpy County Planning Department within 90 days of approval by County Board. So staff recommends approval of a special use permit for home occupation 1 major to allow gunsmithing from the applicant's personal residence located at 18605 Cornish Road, Gretna, Nebraska, in accordance with the operational plan submitted by the applicant and the comments in the recommendation report. Staff makes this recommendation as the request is in conformance with the Sarpy County zoning regulations. Please let me know if you have any questions.
I will now open the public hearing for this item. I invite you to give your input on the proposed action.
Good evening. My name is Mark Robles. I've currently been operating a small gunsmithing business called Radix Precision LLC for 4.5 years now. I've been operating out of my residential garage right off 168th and Q Street, just south of Lake Zorinsky there. It's an HOA neighborhood. The neighbors were super friendly about this. I actually lived right next to our president of our HOA board, and he said that the neighbors actually felt secure that I was close by. So I had some very supportive neighbors there. We just recently moved, my family and I and our 2 kids and 2 dogs. We just recently moved to this address just north of Louisville and south of Springfield. And I'm currently still operating Radix Precision LLC as a part-time side business out of the Omaha residence, mainly because I cannot take any of my work to this new property until my FFL has been transferred. I cannot apply for that FFL until there's approval from the county. So if this does get approved, then I can go through and apply for that FFL. One thing that I do want to make note of is that FFL application process is quite lengthy and it's quite demanding. They require a lot of background checks and to make sure that I'm capable of responsible to own that license. So I'm here to answer any questions that you may have for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to address the board? I will now close the public hearing. If there's no further discussion, I would like to ask for a motion, please.
I would like to recommend that we make a motion to approve a special use permit for a home occupation major to allow gunsmithing from the applicant's personal residence located at 18605 Cornish Road, Gretna, Nebraska, in accordance with the operational plan submitted by the applicant and the comments in the recommendation report presented to us. I make this recommendation as this request is in conformance with the Sarpy County zoning regulations.
Second.
Please vote. A6, motion carries.
I will now close the public hearing portion of the meeting. At this point, I will ask, do any of the commissioners have any comments or reports? Do we have anything from Mr. Kubicek?
Yes, got a couple of things here. So both of these agenda items that we had tonight, we're planning on taking those to the December 12th meeting, which is the last meeting for county board in December. So trying to get them rolling on that. And then update the Kratzel Hoppy Acres rezoning preliminary and final plats were approved by the county board in October. And then lastly, we do have two agenda items for December Planning Commission that is set for the 19th. So I kind of want to fill you out right now and see if there's anybody that absolutely can't make that. I know it's, late in the December, we're near the holidays, it's always difficult, but we'll also send out an email to poll everyone. So if you know right away, just let us know. Just kind of want to get a quorum. But other than that, I don't have anything else.
Okay, our next meeting is scheduled for December 9th.